Okay, just coming to settle, just getting yourself comfortable. Maybe with your feet touching the floor, if that's okay. And then just connecting with the breath. Just becoming aware of the movement of the breath. Maybe being aware of the movement of the belly rising as you breathe in and dropping as you breathe out. Just following that movement. So not regulating or controlling the breath, just following the movement of the belly. If the mind wanders, just coming back to the breath, to the movement of the belly. And then becoming aware of the movement of the chest with the breath. The ribs expanding, shoulders lifting on the in-breath and dropping and contracting on the out-breath. Expanding, sternum lifting as you breathe in, contracting as you breathe out. If your back's against the chair, then maybe being aware of the movement of the ribs at the back, moving with the breath. Then becoming aware of the movement of the shoulders with the breath. Maybe they rise on the in-breath, drop on the out-breath. And then just moving your attention up to the nose, becoming aware of the cool air as it enters the nose and the warmer air as it leaves. Just finding that one spot where you can really notice the movement of the air. Maybe it's inside the nose, the tip of the nose, the top of the lip. And just bringing your full focus just to that one spot. The mind wanders, just bringing the attention back to the breath, to the sensation at the nose. And then just extending your awareness to the whole breath. As the cooler air enters the nose and the belly rises, the chest expands, maybe the shoulders lift. And the warmer air leaving as the belly drops, the chest contracts, and the shoulders return to the original position. You're just inviting the breath in, letting it go. It's like a wave. And our awareness just like surfing that wave. Maybe just seeing if you can just relax into that sensation, the breath and the movement of the body with the breath. Maybe noticing the space between the in-breath and the out-breath, and the out-breath and the in-breath, with a stillness in the body, just for that brief moment before the next breath starts. Just maintaining our attention on the breath, coming back to the breath every time the mind wanders. Maybe as we do this, thoughts may be still a little bit. Maybe they're slow, maybe there's gaps between them. Maybe we become more aware of thoughts. Whether experience, that's okay, just as it should be at this moment in time. And as we come to ground, we're going to really connect in to our contact with the ground. So as you breathe in, just gently pushing the feet into the floor and breathing out, releasing. And as you breathe in, pushing the feet into the floor, maybe saying to yourself, breathing in, I connect to the earth. And as you release, breathing out, I release to the earth. Breathing in, I connect to the earth. Breathing out, I release to the earth. Really sensing in to the soles of the feet, maybe the legs, that real sense of connection with the ground. Breathing in, I connect to the earth. Breathing out, I release to the earth. Then letting go of the movement of the legs and the feet. Still keeping that contact with the ground. Being aware of the breath. And then just bring awareness to the movement of the breath as it comes and goes. Being aware of the air as it's outside the body. The air as it becomes part of us. And the air when it's released back into our environment. Becoming aware how the air connects us with everything, all living things on the planet. How animals breathe the same air as us. How plants use the air, and the plants generate the oxygen that we breathe. Maybe just imagining or sensing that movement of the air between all the plants that are around us and animals. And the gratitude, there is an air that we can breathe. That we're living somewhere where the air quality is better than some parts of the world. We have trees and plants that can help purify that air. Allowing that movement of the breath to connect us to the wider world, to all living things. And then bringing to mind a plant. Maybe a garden plant or a wildflower. Maybe a flowering plant or a small plant that you really enjoy, you really appreciate. Again, you might visualize it, imagine it, sense it, whether this plant is. Becoming aware of the senses, what this plant might look like. Does it have a smell? What's this texture if you touch it? Are there edible parts to it? Does it attract insects? In that sense of appreciation, maybe the joy this plant that brings to us. And then gratitude. Gratitude that such plants exist, that we can have access to such plants. Can bring us joy. And just letting go of any image or sensing, and just bringing to mind a tree that you again really appreciate. Maybe for its look or its sound or smell, what it produces. You just bring it to mind. And again, you might picture it, imagine it. You might sense it. Be aware of it in all senses, what this tree may look like. Maybe there's movement with the wind. Maybe there's sound as the leaves move. Maybe there's some smell. Maybe it's taste, maybe it produces fruit. Be aware of its flowers, maybe it attracts insects. I'm really just sensing into that appreciation, having access to such a tree, appreciating all the qualities that you really like about this tree. It might be that you're imagining, sensing an individual tree that you know, or maybe it's a type of tree. Whichever it is, really just connecting with it. Maybe imagining what it would feel like just to touch it. To touch its leaves. And then maybe with a sense of gratitude that there are such trees that we can see, can be with. Gratitude for all that trees do in helping develop the oxygen, produce the oxygen, helping produce compost with its leaves, securing banks, providing shade, providing living space for insects and animals. And then just letting go the image, the sensing of this tree, and bringing to mind an insect you particularly appreciate. It might be something that's beautiful, butterfly or moth. It could be because of the sound it makes, like a cricket, or maybe bees for the things that they do. Again, you're just imagining or sensing this creature, this insect, being aware of maybe colours and movements, sounds. And then with a sense of gratitude again that we can see or hear these insects. Gratitude for what they might do, how they pollinate, how they support the whole of the living kingdom. And then just letting go of any images, any sensing. Just bringing to mind maybe a fish, fresh water, sea water, that you appreciate. Maybe it's about the colour, the movement, the shape. Just noticing the fish, sensing the movement. Maybe sensing what it would be like to touch a fish, to feed it. Then with a real sense of gratitude that our oceans and our rivers can have fish. So they too are part of the web of nature. We're letting go of any images or sensing and bring to mind an animal that you really appreciate. Maybe by the way it looks or sounds or the company it provides, the good that it does. So again, you're just imagining it, visualizing it, sensing it. Maybe what it feels like to touch it, what sounds it makes. Its movement. Can you sensing into this, whether it's a particular animal that you know or group? Just really getting that sense of appreciation. Again, that we have access to this animal. And then with a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for being there for us, there as part of nature. And letting go of any images or sensing. Maybe just being aware of the contact of the feet with the floor and the movement of the breath. And then possibly just becoming aware of the plants, the trees, insects and birds, amphibians, fish, animals, all that might be around us. Just appreciating the complex web, interdependent, and the gratitude that we can be part of this network, this web. Maybe sensing, imagining the movement of the breath as the air moves between all these elements of our environment. Seeing how that feels. And then just letting go of any particular sensing or images. Just allowing the body just to rest here. Sensing the feet on the floor. But then just opening up the awareness. Just becoming aware of all the sensations. There might be sounds. There might be sounds of animals or wind. Other sounds, birds. Noticing the sensations in the body. Maybe there's air against the skin, the movement of the breath. Maybe there's light filtering through the eyelids. Or your eyes open in colours and shapes. Maybe sounds, smells. Maybe it's a particular taste. Noticing that thoughts just appear and then go. We don't have to get caught up in them. Emotions may arise, so we can just let those go too. Just resting in that open awareness, but still with that connection with the ground, the breath and the wider world. Each time the mind wanders, as the minds do, just coming back to connection, the feet with the floor, coming back to the connection with the breath. Still maintaining that open awareness, resting in the present. And then maybe as we come towards the end of this practice, maybe with a sense of gratitude, all we have within this environment, how fortunate we are that we're surrounded by animals and plants. While our temperatures may vary, we don't have the extremes that some other places do. And also sensing into compassion for those that maybe live in areas where they struggle with extremes of temperature, extremes of climate. Compassion for the creatures and the plants who can no longer remain in those areas. And maybe just setting an intention, maybe the intention of what you might do to help them maintain, develop this amazing world of nature.